it or not, your handwriting says a lot about you. I'm with Lisa Lano. She is a psychic spirit medium, and she is going to analyze my handwriting. So, Lisa, you are a handwriting analyst.
Yes.
Now, what does it mean that you analyze handwriting?
Analyzing handwriting would be your personal brain print. It's like a fingerprint where nobody has the same. And it may look similar, but nobody has the same handwriting. So it's how your personality is, how you feel about yourself in public, and actually what you're all about.
You know, you really have to have someone who knows how to do it, look at handwriting to see.
Oh, yeah.
So I wrote down a couple sentences and I signed my name here. And I just wrote, I absolutely love being a mom. My children are my world and can always bring a smile to my face. Life is good. And I signed my name, Ashley Cole.
Okay.
So, Lisa, I mean, we've worked together before and we've gotten to know each other, so you know me. But looking at my handwriting, trying to put all of what you know about me aside, what would you say you can see about me?
Well, I can tell you some things and I can even explain why I know them. All right, like I can tell that you have a lot of respect. And if somebody says, well, that's because you know her, it's because you see how far down you have this? Because you started way down on the page here instead of up at the top. And that's kind of like bowing down to somebody as a form of respect. And you're very respectful to your elders. And I am your elder. My kids are your age and older. So it just shows that you were taught well and that you do have a lot of respect. It also shows that you do not waste a second, and I know you can't waste a second, but some people are all frazzled. You're not. You manage to stay in control. You're emotionally giving, but you're not to the point of emotionally giving where you're gonna be stepped on, and you're not gonna give your last cent to somebody, you know, on the street. You're gonna think about it before you do something like that, because you think about everything before you do it. This is probably how you were even as a teenager. You think everything out, you kind of weigh it out, and then you make your decisions. You do, now here's something that I don't know about you, that you can validate. You keep a little bit of distance between yourself and other people personally. It doesn't mean that you don't like closeness, because your letters are close together.
Yes.
Which means you like closeness. But your words are separate, and so there's a bit of a wall.
You're exactly right, and that has happened recently in my life, ever since I've had kids. You know, you do only have this many people that you can keep close to you because there's so little time.
Exactly.
So I do keep my distance only because the closest people in my life are the ones I have time for, and everyone else, my kids are everything, and my family.
And when you have to get an outside babysitter, I want their handwriting before you hire them.
Okay, okay. Now I have, from our office.
Oh boy.
Well, I won't tell you who it is, but 4 people wrote "I love Mass Appeal" on note cards. Okay. So I just want you to
Tell you who's lying? No.
Tell me. I'm not going to tell you who's what, but just to kind of describe each one.
Okay.
And then if you can guess whose handwriting it is, go for it. But this is the first time I'm showing these to you.
Yep.
So this is the first card. Just tell me a little bit about this person.
I love Mass Appeal. Okay. I would venture to say that this is a man. I could be wrong, but I would say that this is a guy. This is somebody who's had a lot of father influence, and you can tell that by the eyes. I would need a few more to actually confirm it, but I'm going to say has a lot of father influence, whether it's positive or negative, a lot. But he wrote, or she, but I think it's a he, I love Mass Appeal. And this person really does, because if you look at the writing, it's all straight, emotionally controlled, but the love slants to the right. So they mean it. They really do love Mass Appeal. This looks like a guy's handwriting. I'm going to say Seth, but I don't know. I have no idea.
This one
It's not?
isn't.
Okay.
But,
See? I don't know.
it is a guy.
Oh, okay.
So there's the next one.
I'm done guessing. Okay, this person right now, and this would be something that you would know, maybe I wouldn't, a lot of influence with mother or father, and that, again, could mean mother or father weren't in their lives. It doesn't have to mean that they were, but there's a lot of influence. Another person who keeps their emotions straight and upright, having a little bit of a down day today, whether it be maybe they have a headache or just aren't feeling that well, but something's bringing them down a little bit today. It's pretty stable, I would say. I'm not going to guess whether it's a guy or a girl. No clue. I'm done guessing.
This is Seth.
That's Seth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Seth, I hope you feel better today.
Sounds like you got that right.
Okay, this is a very independent person. I do not know who it is, but I'm going to say it's a woman. But she's very independent. She likes being out there. She's got a bit of a creative side, too. She may appear very independent, so she may appear that she doesn't like to be close to people, but secretly she's a cuddle bug. So, do you know who this is?
I do know who it is.
You'll have to tell me later.
Yeah, I will. I'll tell
If it's
you.
okay.
Yeah, of course I will. I will. And then let's just do this one too, really quick.
This is you. I can tell this is
me.
you.
That's me.
And you know what? It's not because of that, because it's completely different. I could just tell it's you by the way you write. You have that slant of somebody who's emotionally giving, and here's an interesting trait. Very few people have it. The same amount of influence between the mother and the father. Okay, probably a little more on mom. But the trait that's interesting is your eye is slanted to the right, which is very rare. That means that you are 28 or 20 some odd % of the population that occasionally will tell what's really, really deep in their heart to somebody. And that's unusual.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's so interesting,
Yeah.
Lisa. Now, just while we're looking at this, what are some things, just 3 things, I know there's a lot that you
There's a
look
lot,
at, and
yeah.
you can't really put it all into words, I'm sure, but just 3 things that you look for and what they mean.
Well, I can tell people what to look for.
Yes.
If they're looking at somebody's handwriting and their slant is all different which ways, right, left, sideways, step away. That isn't somebody that you want to hire for anything, because that's somebody who doesn't know whether they are emotionally keeping it straight or emotionally giving, which is to the right, or emotionally repressed. So they're unstable. Another thing to look for would be the slant of the actual sentences. If all of them go down, they may be depressed over something. But if they go normal and then drop off, that's a danger sign. The other danger sign is if you see what's called a hook. It goes up like this, a big hook. That could be somebody who's lying. It could be. You have to take in the rest of it into consideration. So slant, spacing between letters, the formation of letters, printing versus writing, there's a lot to it. But those are some things that people themselves can look for. And if they see that, anything that's a little bit dangerous, yeah, let somebody look it over before they hire that person, or let them in their home, or date them.
So it just goes to show that your handwriting really does say a lot about you.